Tonight, I'm going to continue to build this LEGO Monkey Kid Erlang Celestial Mech. So yes, they got the body and the legs done. I think we're going to move on to the arms and the rest of the set. It has really long legs and a really slim waist. I do have a few ideas on how I want to do, well, not necessarily the in-depth review, but usually I make short videos for different types of content. So I do have some relatively, I do think it's a cool idea. To describe this set, but the only way that I can do that is going to do in my native language. So I need to think about how I'm going to execute that. But before that, of course, I have to finish building this set from bag number 4. So it's a really big paper bag, but not that many parts. So let's see. So we do have Monkey Kid here, and he's flying cloud, and I'm surprised how the paper bag is harder to rip open than the plastic ones. I guess it's a lot more stronger, I would say, but we'll see. So I did pop into the LEGO store on the way home today, and finally in New Zealand we're getting the new poly bag, but they use paper bags. So should we still call it the poly bags, or do we call it the paper bags? So I've got a few small set to do some, I wouldn't say filler, but short videos that I could stock up to free up some time to, I guess, kind of, do my, other stuff. Anyway, it's a bit hot, so I might need to turn on the fan. Now feeling better than really hot. Hopefully it doesn't create that much background noises. So we've got this Monkey Kid here. I think it's only the torso that I haven't had, but the legs they're using the same variant as the parts, and they're using this tail rather than the other one. And then we've got they didn't create new facial expression for this here, I think, but because this is not the full armor Monkey King, so you don't have like some of the other stuff, but you do get his iconic staff. If you have watched Dragon Ball Daima, this time Goku also have taking his staff back. And it's the other parts. Where are the other parts? Just right here. Okay, it's always good to get different variant of Monkey King. I prefer Monkey King more than Monkey Kid. Even the Monkey Kid has some really nice torso, and also what's that facial expression. Anyway, but again, today I'm a little bit exhausted, so I'm not sure if I could do a spare video tonight. So I might have to use tomorrow night to kind of, rather than a build, but do a few videos. But I think this will be probably the only new build I starting bare from the polybag stuff, because I just think I do need to start filming the Avengers Tower before it collects too much dust, and kind of will impact the image quality when I do the filming. So that's something that I'm planning to do this week. Haven't decided what next week though. The thing is, soon we'll have the new Speed Champions. Of course, I'm not going to buy all of them, but I will buy a few of them because it's not like expensive, so definitely I can afford them. But yeah, those would be definitely getting the red one, definitely getting the McLaren and the Ferrari. But that's pretty much it. Would have get the whole wave if they having an actual driver, but because of the image rights, I think there's individual rights that they need to buy rather than just getting the F1. So it's like complicated issues nowadays. Everyone wants to, like, if you're famous, you want to generate revenue from just using an image, right? And makes it really difficult to get something. And of course, there also like a situation where now lots of things kind of very sensitive on what you can promote, what you can't promote. Like it's like, last year the Santa McCarran, they couldn't put marble on the design. It's kind of shame. Even the not just Lego, but like other toys, they decide not to have marble on it, because you know the same die cast from, let's say, 25 years ago would have, you know, put the marble logo on a toy. But well, now it's a different times. Yeah, it's just different. So we've got this cloud here. I think it looks really good. It's a smaller version compared to some of the earlier ones. I still have the other one, the bigger one. I think it's from, I forgot which set it was from. I think it's from the original Monkey King Royal Mech. That is the cloud that I kept. I didn't put it away, so that it's good, so I could have Monkey King flying around on his cloud. So that's something that I kept. I don't know what is this we're building here right now. Is it the head, or I don't know. It's that look interesting, and then need to have something to click. So like this, and then we have this here. Okay, what's next? What? Did I miss a step? Yes, I think I did. How come I missed one step though? Maybe I accidentally missed something, but now it's okay now. And then we need to put this on. Just trying to pay more attention to the instruction booklet. I don't want to make, you know, mistake that is hard for me to fix. But I still struggle to find the parts I need sometimes. So interesting, it's using the pearl gold instead of the metallic gold color. Look at this. I do feel like this is what's that? Okay, can't tell if it's like pearl gold or it's yellow from the instruction booklet. Can't tell, you know, which part. It feels like, I don't know, something the back or something, or maybe it's the weapon. I really can't tell. So we're gonna have it on this side, or maybe it's just the head. But well, I don't really know. Can't really tell what it is. But I do feel like maybe it's the head, right? Okay, we'll find out soon enough. And then put this here. What? Keep struggling to find the parts. Oh, and also at LEGO Store got the latest build a minifigure, the new brick suit. I think they did an orange color before, but this time they do a slightly darker orange. I do wish there's like complete different color, but well, it is what it is. Can't do much about it. So okay, and then got this here. Okay, I think. Okay, like this. And then, again, you know, this is the thing, reason why I couldn't continue to build like at the same pace and just like keep dropping things and stuff. But I do feel less tired compared to yesterday. Yesterday was like towards the end of the build, I'm just completely lost. Okay, how come it's so hard to put it? Okay, it's in now. What else? You know, there are quite a few things happen that, you know, I have my own opinion, but it's to do with current events. I'd rather not comment, because like nowadays, you really don't want to comment on what's happening around the world, because you're gonna offend people. Even though you just express your opinion. Doesn't mean that you're saying who's wrong and who's right. It's just like how you feel at that moment. Some of the stuff you can't really verify whether it's true or not, because you get from the media, even though it's mainstream media. They probably have an agenda, so sometimes it's not easier to tell. Like you can get the information, but you really need to think about what do you think. Because you can't just believe whatever, even is like reputable news agency, because they still have an agenda, right? Not necessarily malicious, but they need to pick a side and then write some story, not make up everything as truth, but it's just how they describe the story may induce different feeling. So I think this is definitely the head. It's interesting how hey, let's just build the head first, and then do the arms later. I find this quite interesting. Okay. Now I can just not necessarily like at center of it, but could okay. All right. So this way it is. Anyway, I think it's the head, but it's once we've done it, doesn't have like, is it a head? No, it's actually no, it's just one of the shoulder. Ah, okay. Does that mean I need to build another one? That doesn't seem so. I think you just build one on one side, and then you got another back to build the same thing. Yeah, that's why I would have thought like usually you don't get to build the head first, so which means that we'll have a very repetitive build in the next back, unless they decide to go, hey, let's just do the head first before you build the the other shoulder. Okay, so interesting. So we're building on the shoulder. It has his dog. So there's some pretty cool ways on creating that shape. Never thought that hey, you can actually build something like this. You can see the head of the dog. Now this is something I think I think the proportion of the mech is a bit off. Or even I haven't completed the whole thing, but just by looking at it right now, just because it has really good looking legs. Again, it's something that I said yesterday. Just the waist. I don't know, because it's Erlang, so it's supposed to be, quite. I just don't get that, masculine, strong man feeling. But hey, it is what it is. And how are we connecting this? Okay. What? Oh, got this wrong. So, all right. So this is how it goes. What? Okay, it's this way. So it's a pretty cool looking shoulder. Will be on this side. So I think in terms of the joint movement, it does have quite a bit of joint movement. And I think, I don't know, I haven't put everything on, but the stability of the legs is actually stronger than the Monkey King Warrior Mech. But I think it's also to do with the fact that it's more lighter, because the body is not as heavy and it's not as bulky. So that's why it has a really, really stable posture. I think just on this one, I think it needs to have a little bit more volume around the waist and skirt. That would, I think it will be a good idea if they have some kind of, foil or fabric to wrap around. You don't really need to have bricks to kind of widen it up, but you just create that illusion would be, enough to make it look more stronger. But again, even then, I think if you put it against the OG Monkey King Mech Warrior, it still feels a little bit small. So I think it will be better to put it against the newer version, which is a slightly smaller version. Yeah, I think it would fit a little bit more than what we get currently. I think the other thing is like the shoulder kind of feel this way. So when you put the hang, it kind of like, feel like this, right? So this is, how I feel. I mean, the build itself is pretty fun. I have to admit that I have a good time building some of the, the parts of the body, and there's some interesting parts along side the thing. So is it the white wing? Okay, and I believe if this is the hand, okay, it's really hard to figure out which way it needs to go. I just mentioned that, hey, I'm not feeling as tired as yesterday, but I don't know, I think the fatigue just started to kick in. I do want to finish this. Originally my plan is, hey, if I can finish this a little bit earlier, maybe I can just do the review afterwards. But at the same time, I feel like maybe I should just dedicate tomorrow to do some review video, and then we'll free up some time, and then yeah. Okay, all right, so it's gonna be like this. Maybe I should just do it this way. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. What else? Okay, this here, it's just a little bit of additional, and this is the usual parts to create fingers, and it's 4 fingers. Actually, yeah, 4 fingers. Right. So that's why I feel like, hey, it's more look like a robots. Those mini Mech recently that I just reviewed, they're using more like claw, which I don't necessarily like. And yeah, I see another problem. You got the shoulder and immediately got the hand. So yeah, it does feel a really short arm. It's just, the legs looks perfect, chest okay, the back a bit flat, and the arms is very short. How do you reach Monkey King it like this one? So interesting. And then we've got a celestial general. Okay, so it's more like the gun type. Basically, in heaven you've got armies. It's like, in Star Wars terms, it's like the stormtroopers. But this one is the general. So you've got the other side. I did order, but that was back order, so it will be a few weeks before it arrives. And that one you got the soldier. So just imagine that. I definitely, once this available on Pick a Brick, I will definitely buy a few more. I couldn't afford multiple set. I do think the part's gonna be a little bit expensive, so I'm not gonna build an army of 20. Maybe I have it. The general one is fine, but maybe get a few more soldiers. And that means you get Erlang in the last bag. It's a pretty cool printing though. I mean, Monkey Kid always guarantee really cool minifigures, and this is a lady. to be honest, it's not about I mean, from Lego point of view, you want to have oh, the helmet looks really cool, and this is something I think this part will be the most expensive parts, but it will be really cool parts to have multiple. To build a huge army to fight against the usual castle stuff. But anyway, go back to the diversity thing. Not necessarily you need to be diverse, but I know why Lego is doing it. But to be honest, if you want to be authentic, it's pretty less likely to have a warrior that is a female. Of course, Mulan, there's a choose historical person. I think it's a story or a historical person. Anyway, but that is very rare. Like in typical stories, you don't get female general and stuff. They do have some, but not like common. But Lego, this is a toy trying to promote something, not necessarily need to be like absolutely authentic to the source material. But anyway, the source material is the is the cartoon that made for modern times, and the cartoon is inspired by classic stories and stuff. So I'm totally fine with that. But just expressing like, hey, how this minifigure can be a lot more authentic. Like you probably want to have another minifigure head with long beard and stuff to make it look a lot more authentic. But even right now, it's always good. Well, because I'm from the East Asian cultural background, so getting sets like this, even though it might not be the perfect set, everything may not be absolutely accurate, but there's always just something click, right? So it's like, maybe that's why Castle click with people, okay? But it's just more like, hey, if you imagine Lego do something to do with Latin American culture, not like historical stuff, but more cultural things, let's say. But yeah, you get what I mean, right? Then normal people, yeah, it's good Lego set, but if you're from that particular culture, has root there, then you have a stronger emotional connection, right? Even though I'm not necessarily native from New Zealand, but because I grew up with the same culture thing, and I identify myself as a New Zealander or Kiwi, then if Lego release a set with, let's say, an iconic Maori culture inspired location, right? Yeah, it's definitely something that will have an additional feeling or something emotional connects to the set, so which would create some bias in terms of the review. Exactly the same with some of the licensed sets, right? Why you really want why people love licensed set or want licensed set, just because it's not just about Lego, but there's an extra element that you like, which kind of double up. So that's why there's lots of licensed stream. I can't wait to see the One Piece one. Not necessarily I'm a One Piece fan, but I like to have like anime and stuff like, well, even though it's based on the live action thing. So can't wait to see picture of the sets. Unfortunately, there's no leaks yet. Kind of mixed feeling. I already mentioned this before. It's like, hey, with so much information, so much leaks, like the time you see the leaks, you already get that it's not a high quality picture, but you already get the hype, right? But then it also take away the genuine surprise that you get when you walk into the shop the first time and you discover, what, like they got something like this. It's just not possible anymore in modern days to do something like that. Imagine, you go to a Lego store, but you don't know what's coming out, and all you know is that, hey, they might have, and at the shop they might have some notice or poster telling you, hey, there's something coming in 2 weeks time. If you want to have the first reaction, then you just come to the shop, right? They can't do that anymore. even even you manage to control information that always something get leaked either from factories or other shows and stuff. Just so hard to keep everything not spoiled nowadays. And because of the information that you get, like people like me making content and stuff, like you're not going to get, well, if you watch detailed reviews, and you might not get the surprise, because I do think some of the element best to have a surprise of some sort, right? So what? So this way. Let me just get this straight. Like, unfortunately, it's always the same with building Mech. You've got left and right, so you kind of need to build the same thing at certain point. Just wonder which way that should face, right? So it's gonna be this way. Oops. Okay. So definitely the other one. What's this side? And so that will be like this. Yep. Which means I would want to have it this way. Okay, so now this is soldered. Yep, and then we'll do the same again. I'm getting really heavy eyes and head, so yeah, I don't think I will do any more filming after this. I will just, well, the fact that I do still need to drive to work tomorrow. Not that I'm not working on Thursday and Friday, but the commute is total. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining, because there will be more other city that had even worse traffic, but just want to emphasize that commute is actually very tiring. It's so tiring to a point that sometimes just takes your energy away. I think if you don't have traffic jam and stuff, or it doesn't, because of traffic jam and things, that a 25 minutes journey becomes usually an hour, but like today is say more than an hour, and then just take a toll. And the thing is, because to avoid traffic, I'm leaving early, so that if I by the time I'm leaving the office, not that I'm gonna leave way earlier, still yeah, it just takes your energy away, because you had a long day, you're tired, and you have to, the thing is, driving to work is not as bad as coming back from work. It's just because you're exhausted, and the traffic is a bit more worse. It just takes your energy away so quick. It just drinks it. Anyway, so we've got the other head here. Oops. This thing, I could just spook myself, because things not connect really well. Okay. Okay, alright, and then we've got this at the bottom. This. Okay, and which part? Okay, obviously it's like this, and then we'll be connecting on the other side. So you can see how I'm gonna push that in. Now you got, oops. There's something wrong. Did I miss a step? No, no, just the angle. No, actually I got this one wrong. I was like, hey, how come? Because I got it in the wrong position. It's like, that's why it looks different. But at least I notice it now. So you can see it here now on this side. It's actually a pretty cool looking shoulder. I wish the arm is slightly I don't know, this proportion just doesn't look right to me. And then we need to build the remaining hand. So it's like, again, it's a very, well, it's exactly the same, but it's just left and right. So definitely we'll finishing it today, but that's pretty much it. I don't, because I'm having a headache right now, that's why I don't think I would do any more theming. I will leave it for tomorrow, because tomorrow I will just because ideally I do a theming, so tomorrow I don't need to worry. I just need to do the theming, and then I have the contents. But well. Sometimes just things just not happen the way that you want. But even I can manage to get past this week, like I mentioned yesterday, or what happened with the following week. There will be times where I just don't have enough small sets or contents. Yeah, I mean it's fine, but I just really want to keep like what's that? Friday and Saturday free. Well, personal preference. If I can do whatever I want, then that's okay. But the reality is not able to. So yeah, there's always the compromise. Maybe I should consider, no long short form content. Yeah, I would do it. Just no long form contents on a weekend or something like this. What did I? I didn't miss a part. I thought, hey, I didn't apply this for the previous sign note, but I think I got everything. So just that finger, and then we'll move on to oops. Let me take a sip of water first, and then we'll move on to the final back. And to be honest, I have, because Avengers Tower to the corner and have this, and I already could have do 3 reviews video. It's just that this one gonna be short, easy to film. This Avengers Tower is I think it will take me an hour to complete all the filming. Yep. And the next part. Okay. Finally, the final part we've got. Hopefully the cape is inside, otherwise there will be a problem. Yep, they do have the cape inside here, but again, big bag, not much stuff. Just make sure that there's nothing more inside. Yeah, the two-good corner will be probably 40-45 minutes filming. The actual video probably like 10-15 minutes. But, I don't have script. I kind of do the sentence, because I think if I have script, I'm not able to deliver the same genuine or authenticity. So yeah. So that means that even though there's a 15 seconds sections, I might spend like few minutes try to like do multiple takes. And let's build Erlang now. I think the torso maybe is the same, maybe an update, but you do get a updated facial expression, not just his eye open, but also with a mask. It's like Loki. It's funny how mask. It's always good to get a variant though. Pretty cool minifigure, I would say. Okay, and then we've got his weapon. I think it's also slightly updated. Okay, so there here we are. He's holding his weapon, and of course his dog. I think the dog is just the same variant. No change here. And then we've got the cape. So wrap up in the case. I don't think there's particular side that I need to do, and then we'll get the cape into the ball joint. I think it's a bit challenging to apply it though, because you can't really push it down, so you kind of stretch it out and pull it down, or rather than kind of you need to wrap around it. That you can't really open it up. But it's a nice cape. I wish it a little bit wider. Again, the whole thing. Yeah, I think if they make this, they might probably want to make the legs just a little bit shorter. But well, they need to have all the movements, right? Now we're building the head. Okay. Alright. So it's really not much stuff to build. But yeah, I'm struggling to keep myself awake. That's the biggest challenge. Here. 1, 2. You know what? I might actually take the day off tomorrow. Not day off work, but might do 1 day without long form content. Maybe. I haven't decided. I'll make the decision tomorrow, but definitely tonight I'm not going to film any review or speed build video. I'm just a little bit exhausted, and hopefully, I don't feel as tired, but it's very unlikely considering been doing this type of video for over a year, and I make the same complaint all the time, so it's very unlikely that I will feel any better. Okay, this is interesting to create his crown. Okay, so okay, so secure. Okay, which part is this one? This one right here. Ooh, I don't know, really struggling with the keeping myself awake. Which part? It's a half circle, but because I'm looking somehow with this piece, the pearl color is way darker than the one that I'm trying to look for, and then we've got the mask here. Okay, no, this way. What else? So this is how it create the eyes. They just use the sky blue. I think it may be better to use a, they got this blue color here. I think it will be better to have that. But well, they don't have that color for this 1x2 piece, I guess. Because I think it will look way cooler if they do this. And then, but they do have this transparent diamond piece to represent his third eye, I think. Okay, the shadow makes me can't see it properly if it's properly aligned. I think yes. I think that's fine. It can't be perfect. Okay, what's next? Okay, right here, right now. Really struggling. I don't know, like always struggling in the last minute. Lots of small pieces. Nope. Is it the right one? Yep, this is the one. And just go right here. Oops, no. No. Okay. Okay, it's like this. Okay. So this is supposed to all line up. Okay. I'm pretty sure we'll need to do the same on the other side. Okay. You see, I'm feeling really tired suddenly. Probably really need to stop doing what I'm doing and spend some time to rebuild my health, or at least not having severe sleep depreciation. Okay, there's some interesting ways on creating the facial feature, but my eyes getting really dry because I think that the fan has to do with it, so I just need to stop the fan now, because otherwise it will make me very uncomfortable. Okay, so like this. And here. Okay, it does close here. Yeah. This looks like a little bit like Optimus Prime, but it is not Optimus Prime. Okay, so this is here. Okay, with this and this here. Okay, so we've got the head done. I don't know. I wish there's something around here that looks like looks bold, given that black hair. Again, it is what it is. I'm not saying that it's just like bad, sad. Just not that. I think a couple of things could be better. But yeah, there's no neck. It's like closer look, proportions seem fine, but when you're building it, you just wish that a little bit more arm there, because that makes the hand really small. Well, hand is really big. And what's next? I think next thing is to okay, build the hand parts. Okay, so I need to do this here, right? And then this one more. What's the other one? Okay, it's just right here. Okay. We've got this finally. Okay. Alright. And this is quite interesting, the way that they create the structure. This is something new. Could be useful. Could be. But can't figure out what exactly the application yet. And then okay, if I bring this closer to me, We just go in here. Yep. Looking good so far. And then finally, I think it's the weapon for the mech. This is going to be quite straightforward, just having all this queue together. And yep, that's the top. And basically here, just making stuff long enough. Well, what do you call this type of weapon? I don't know. Spear. Yeah, spear. Now I came back to my mind. 10 of them, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then what's next? Okay, this one here. If you ask me what's the next build gonna be, I haven't decided yet. I do have some option that I could do, but am I missing one? No, it doesn't seem so, but I don't think it's perfectly like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Somehow this is not. Well, there's probably some gap, but you don't see that gap in the instruction booklet, which I wish. Even on the box art, they don't have this 2mm gap though, but I think it's already maxed out. But you don't see this gap here either. Well, too bad. Too bad. Okay. It's the same, but with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What's next though? Yes, I think this one will have a few gaps, same as here. It's inevitable. Well, because the box art may or may be real, but there are lots of touch up that you can do afterwards. So okay, we've got 1 and 2. Okay, and we've got this here. I'm going to have 2 of this, so it's kind of the top of the spear. And this is a new piece. Well, it may not be new. Well, it's new for me. And then what's next? Okay, this here. 1, 2. Okay, and we've got this here. Okay, what's next? So I've got this here. Okay, so one is here, and one is this side. So this is how it looks like. And then we've got this here. It's a really nice piece, to be honest. Some transparent cap. Got the spear just stick right down so that you can do it like this. But again, you can't really have it down fully. So actually we need to build 2 of this. Surprise, surprise. Okay. We'll be on the other side. Okay. Okay. So this thing here can spin a little bit. So I think a good resemblance of the actual spear that the minifigure is holding. Okay, and then we've got the longest part. Yep. And this is where it goes. So it's a massive looking weapons with some flaws though, because I think, you know, there's gap in between, but you don't see that in the box art. And then we'll need to let the mech holding this spear. So there's a Technic pin hole here, so to allow you to easily grab hold of the spear. This makes it a little bit awkward. And then this thing here is the stud shooter. So quite a bit of firepower. And next, oops, I think the Erlang minifigure, I forgot about his shoulder gear. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, he can, but not necessarily needs to be sitting inside. But I'll let him. No, I'll do that later when we do the review. But that's it, I think. It's a really compact Mech model. I did enjoy the build. There's some really cool stuff. Legs the best, back not so. Proportion can be improved, but it is what it is. Let me just adjust everything. So we've got the dog, we've got all these spare pieces that we don't need right now. And we've got the cloud for the monkey king. Okay. And then Erlang and his dog. And the Celestial General. Probably. Okay. I don't know if that's blocking the wheel though. Okay. Anyway, this is all we have. I think so. I just kind of clean up the table a little bit. But here we are, have finished building this Erlang Celestial Mech, and definitely will do a review, but I'm not going to do a film today, probably like do it filming tomorrow. It's a lot easier compared to the bigger set. But yeah, it's a pretty fun build, can be improved on how it looks, with the obvious flaw, but you do get some really cool minifigures. So yeah, can't wait to talk a little bit more about this and have it standing side by side to the Monkey Kid Mech, then you see how small this one is. But anyway, for tonight, it's good night.